Hi everyone, it's Eric from ecotman12.blogspot.com and welcome to my Nexus 6 First Impressions video. Now I've literally had this out of the box for about 24 hours and I've been really enjoying my experiences with it so far. Now I'm just going to tell you some of the things I've noticed so far. I'm obviously going to run into more things as I use this device in the coming days and weeks, but for now these are the things I've noticed and these are the things I've actually experienced. Now first let's talk about the actual build quality before I actually turn the screen on. Now this is a 6-inch device and this is supposed to be huge, which it is, but for me I actually got along with it practically in my unboxing video. As you saw me use it, I got used to it so quickly. I thought this would take me about a good 3-4 days to get used to it, but I'm already used to it. And it fits in my pocket perfectly at least with the trousers I've got. Now here is another smartphone over here. This is the Xperia Z3, and this sports a 5.2-inch screen on the front. And this, as I said, the Nexus has a 6-inch screen. Now the resolution on this is a 1080p panel, whereas on here is 2K. And just look at this difference in screen size. I'll turn this one on just to give you an idea. You can see the difference in screen size is absolutely humongous. It's much wider and taller on the Nexus 6. So let's put that off to the side. And I've already given you a product tour on specifications in my previous video. And over here you got the 2 speakers. We'll get to those later. Trust me, we're gonna definitely get to those later. And I still got the screen cover on as well. Don't worry, a glass screen protector will go on that soon, and I'll show you that in a video as well. So as you can see right here, whenever you pick up the smartphone, this has actually worked very, very well for me. It basically lets you have a look at the notifications you've got on your lock screen without you having to turn the power on. As you can see, it's doing it right now. And if you just touch the screen, it breathes life into it and basically just turns the screen on. So that's a wonderful feature, and for me it's worked wonders. It means when I take it out when I'm out and about of my pocket, I don't even have to press the power button to turn the phone on. And this works for me like literally 100% of the time so far in this 24 hours I've had it. So what you can do is obviously view your notifications here with Android Lollipop, or you can just swipe them away or tap on them to launch them. So let's unlock the screen, and here's a live wallpaper I got in the background. Don't worry, I'll actually link that in the video description so you can actually pick one of this live wallpaper up if you so wish. And here is my home screen. I've only got sort of like 3 home screens here so far to customize as I wish, and I've also got I've got a 4th one as well, but I'm not going to show you that because that is basically a widget to my emails. Now the screen on this is my first impressions. It looks absolutely beautiful. Now I've heard a lot of people actually say that this is an AMOLED display, but it's not as saturated as other AMOLED displays. It's a bit less saturated. Well, my first impressions of that is that means that the screen is very perfectly accurate with the colors. AMOLED displays are criticized for having like much more saturated colors, that's unnatural looking. But if this is slightly less saturated than other AMOLED displays, that means that problem is solved. It's going to have a much more natural color, and it really does. And when you're looking at stuff like animation and stuff like I've been doing with the new Legend of Korra episodes, for example, they look absolutely phenomenal on the screen. They look absolutely beautiful, and the speakers complement that very well. We're going to get onto the speakers right now. Let's move on to YouTube. Now I can't show you any actual more like interesting movies or anything to test with these speakers, although trust me, if I could I would, because they really are a wonderful experience on here. What I'm going to have to do is show you one of my uploads right here, and as you can see I'm uploading the Nexus 6 unboxing as I'm recording this right now. Let's see, let's go into one of my videos. Let's go into Lollipop on the Nexus 7 First Impressions video. Okay, just skip that ad. And that was full volume. You can just hear how loud the speakers are. Now I'm going to stay quiet and then bump the volume up to its maximum setting, and then I'll give you an idea what it sounds like. In this video I'm going to give you my first impressions of Android 5.0 Lollipop running on the 2012 edition Nexus 7. Now at the time of making this video, Android 5.0 should have rolled out to the majority of Nexus devices such as the Nexus 4, 5, both Nexus 7s and the Nexus 10. In this video I'll just show it running on the 2012 Nexus 7. So let's get started. The first place where you will notice Lollipop's presence is in the lock screen. You have these Google Now cards that appear, and you can expand them with the good old 2-finger gesture, and you can also swipe. Now you just heard that, and you saw when I was doing this flip orientation there was a little sound glitch right there. Not a big deal at all. And yeah, the sound absolutely amazing. The vocals is so clear, is so rich, especially when you're doing movie watching. I cannot stress that enough. Watch a TV show or movie or something like that on this and you will not be disappointed at all with the speakers or the screen. For me so far, they are perfect. I have not realized any problems. People have said though, when you put the screen brightness all the way low, there's a pinkish tint to the screen. Well, to tell you the truth, it's more noticeable on camera than it is actually in real life. There is some sort of tint to it. However, I've realized if you put the brightness at about 25%, that pink tint disappears completely. So yeah, that's I think so far it's not a problem, and I always put the brightness on full because this is an absolutely beautiful display. So yes, YouTube is great and really adds another dimension whenever you're using this particular smartphone. And as you can see, the colors just look so beautiful on here. And if I just go onto this side, you can see on this folder, there's nice animations. Don't worry, a gaming performance test will be coming soon. More games on than that. And now that you got my Desire S, which had a lot of problems, it was very slow over the years. I'm actually going to be using. Instagram much more now, so when you follow me you'll be able to see much more photos being done, and that problem is relaunched. And just going in and out of apps is super fast. So Twitter is already launching up, and go into WhatsApp, that launches up, and should not go in that, it's show my number actually. And you even get emails as well, as you can see right over here. This takes me to an email, I don't know what it did. Oh yeah, that's taking me to WhatsApp. And if I just, as you can see, I can just swipe that off as well. Super fast, super quick. The app drawer is very good at basically showing up all your apps, and you can even go into the widgets as well. And one thing I'm going to tell you that I've actually realized, I don't prefer this, by the way, I prefer it when this widgets was in the app drawer, it was much quicker. One thing I've realised is that if you go into wallpapers, there is literally no live wallpapers at all. Google have practically removed all of them. You only have these still image wallpapers and stuff, which I do not prefer, and I went and got this light grid wallpaper, basically. You can change the settings, and if you get the Pro version, you'll basically be able to change even more settings. So I got this, and this looks very nice on this AMOLED display. The colours really do pop, especially with these dark blue colours. Okay, let's test the browser, and what I'm going to do is test my buddy's website. I don't think they'll mind with that. It's sort of like a bit of free advertising for them. This is Tech Comes First, and here it is right there. And here is the website, loaded up extremely quickly on this display, and as you can see it's already loaded. Super fast when it comes to actually scrolling. I don't know what was going on there. And you can see, pinch to zoom, absolutely buttery smooth. This is just silky smooth, dare I say buttery smooth. It's just absolutely wonderful. And it does go into landscape as well. And since this is a 6-inch display, it makes web browsing and video watching all the more luxurious and better on this display. This is absolutely wonderful. As you can see, just look how fast this is. I'm just going to go into one of these articles right here. And there. Previews it so fast. Absolutely wonderful display. Let's go back to the home screen. Wonderful performance as well. And let's go into multitasking. Now this does have 3 GB of RAM, so that means you can really do great with multitasking. However, I would advise, even though you can run all these apps in the background, I wouldn't advise that you do, as that will have a massive impact on battery life. And so far, my experiences when using this for battery life is not great, unless say I'm using it as my full-time media device, then yes, it will last me about 3 hours, 4 hours, but I need to try this out as my full-time daily driver. When the novelty kind of wears off and I use this as my daily driver, then I can determine what the battery life is like, if it will last me through the day. But as my full-time media device, it doesn't last me as long. And the turbocharging, I'll give you a quick my opinions on it right now, on how long it's taken. I'll do a definite proper test in the future. But turbocharging so far has charged this device for me in 1 hour and 15 minutes. From about 3% battery charge, there's about 3% left of battery here on this. It charged it in about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and it does get really warm on the back when it's charging. But apart from that though, it was actually charged super quick, but it did get quite warm, like quite hot, like it got hot as well, not really hot, but it was so warm it actually got hot. Now, that's just a little thing right there, but hopefully that's not causing any damage to the phone, most likely. As you can see, battery is at 14% right now, and it's 4:22 today, and I actually had a 74% battery charge by this morning. So it has lasted me quite a lot throughout this whole day, and if I had a 100% charge, it would last me a bit longer. But the the battery so far, not too good, but I still need more time. But turbocharging definitely is definitely great, as it will let you charge the device faster. Now, another thing I actually really like so far is the camera. Now, I haven't done too much tests right now. I'm not going to give you a camera test right now. I'll save that for my full review. But I've got a couple of video samples coming up very soon and shortly, which you'll be able to check on my channel very soon. And with them, you can judge what you think. But so far, the video does look quite nice, and this does capture up to 4K video. However, I'll always be dropping it to 1080p, as 4K video files are just absolutely enormous. But yeah, that's my quick first impressions video of the Nexus 6. I'm just going to go into the settings right now. There was an update that came with this device, and it's now running version 5.0.1. So, as you can see, That's the lollipop, and it's the same Easter egg, tap and hold, etc. I've shown you this in the unboxing. But yeah, thanks guys very much for watching. Please definitely stay tuned for my future coverage videos of this. As I said, this is my new daily driver, so I'm going to be able to cover this phone like crazy with so much coverage videos. So, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see all of you next time. Take care.